All right, now let's react to the new 3D Donkey Kong that Nintendo unveiled today. I am actually rather shocked. There have been some rumors of a 3D free roaming Donkey Kong game in the works for some time now, but those were just highly speculative rumors. And I think most people, if they had to bet on what game would be revealed today at the end of the presentation, it would probably have been a new 3D Mario. I think that's what most people would have bet on. And well, people were dead wrong, including myself. I was expecting Mario, and even when I first saw this trailer, I was like, that's got to be Mario. And then going back to the trailer, I realized, wait, why am I ignoring all these signs that I was seeing in the trailer? Anyway, so let's review this, and I'll tell you what I think. See, you see this lush world here, and you're like, and it's like very cartoony visuals. You just automatically think Mario, right? Like, oh, here's a new world for Mario to explore. You couldn't possibly think it would be Donkey Kong, right? That's just why would there be a new Donkey Kong game? Why would Nintendo invest in that? I know they made a new Donkey Kong world in Universal Studios, but that doesn't mean they're going to sink all this money into a new 3D Donkey Kong game, right? Now here is your first telltale signs. I don't think anything in that first shot showed anything, but this one you can clearly see there's banana peel looking structures on the floor, like as part of like that base there with the minecart. You can also see the chain link here with it's literally bananas that are the links in this little fence area. You see this? It's like you got a banana there, over on this, and then you have the links linking them as the bananas too. And then I think a bunch of other things are banana shaped here, right? You got like these banana things coming out of the ground. Probably some other stuff I'm missing. You got those a giraffe looking thing and that looks weird. I don't know, let's keep going. What even is that? Now here, obviously, there's a huge banana in the back, right? See, there's the little like anchor of the bananas at the top here, with the three bananas. Those are gonna be just tons of banana stuff. This is indeed a bonanza. This game clearly. Now I like the look of this place, whatever this is, Ingot Isle. This looks to be kind of like OG Donkey Kong inspired. And it looks like they're mining out of some and people possibly living here. I see windows where people, I guess there were Kongs, monkeys and stuff living in this banana shaped structure. You see like cranes and stuff, very OG Donkey Kong. You can see they're trying to kind of, you know, kind of ingratiate that into this new game. Now these monkeys automatically reminded me of Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong must have been like one of these workers here working on the mines. This is a great reveal. That's Donkey Kong. Now his you can clearly see his face is the design from the movie. I think they're trying to keep that design consistent throughout this game and the new Mario Kart. People were throwing a hissy fit over his new design in the new Mario Kart game for whatever, even though you like literally don't see his face for like 90% while you're driving. Um, somehow his face this redesign is something of huge contention because his eyebrows look a little different or something. But it looks like they're not kidding with that redesign. They're making this their own. They're making this Donkey Kong their own, truly trying to separate it, I think, from Rareware's Donkey Kong. Rareware kind of, set the design standard for Donkey Kong in the Super Nintendo era, and then the new Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze games, those kind of held on to those old Rareware designs. But this looks like it's setting in like a new generation of design for Donkey. Look at his tufts of fur. They're very pronounced. They're like whole planes of like geometry now, fur. Now this looks pretty awesome. Donkey Kong just like roaming throughout the world, like knuckle dragging his way throughout everything. And it looks like he's got a little like blue companion now, like a little rock creature. I don't know what that's gonna do. Probably help him do some things. I also got like kind of like a tinge of like Banjo-Kazooie, because like Kazooie obviously, you know, is on Banjo's back in his backpack, and it just kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Now the park, this game looks to have somewhat of like a parkour system, because it looks like you can just kind of climb up, you know, rock faces and go over cliffs and stuff, and just kind of, it seems like you're just vaulting over stuff. You can roll, bounce, climb. You can pile drive into the ground under certain surfaces, looks like, and kind of explore caverns. And what are these little golden nuggets that you're getting here? Are those like seeds or something? Looks like the little seeds in pomegranates, you know? Like the golden pomegranate seeds. If that's what they are, I'm gonna die. Dude, you can literally pluck rock from right beneath you. This reminds me of Hulk Ultimate Destruction on like the PS2 and Xbox or whatever back then. Anyone play that game? Very much. You just smash stuff. That is pretty cool. Dude, the destructible environments, I think, is something very new for Nintendo. I don't think they've really done that in a game before. So this is something definitely new for Nintendo. I don't know if it's new for... It might be new for a platformer, I'd say. I don't think I've really seen this used to this extent in a platformer before. So this is going to be interesting. You know, what I'm also noticing in this game, just from these trailers, is that it seems to be focusing less on platforming and more about just pure, like, running and like attacking things, you know, busting up stuff, destroying scenery, enemy. You know, actually reminds me of Wario World on the GameCube. And you remember that, where you're just like running along, you know, beating up people. It's like a beat 'em up almost. I like being able to like skateboard on a rock. That's pretty cool. Just kind of spin it around to like destroy stuff. That's pretty awesome. So what is the story here? Are they gonna be? Is he gonna be like freeing the little monkeys or something, or what's the? I want to know exactly what is the story here? Is this like an Abe's Odyssey situation where he's trying to save the workers or something? I don't think so. That's pretty cool. Now here you have this clearly is alluding to having side-scrolling sections, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they're gonna keep you know, a hold of that. And this has a very like Super Nintendo looking quality to it, doesn't it? Like with the trees in the background, very reminiscent of those old Super Nintendo games. So I think they're trying to like, you know, emulate that style and keep that for this game, like for the side-scrolling sections. And you got the mine carts coming back. Now his facial expressions are crazy in this game. They are wild. Like I even saw someone compile his facial expressions, which I'll show you here, and just look at how many facial expressions he has in his repertoire in this game. It's pretty insane, pretty expressive. So we're automatically gonna, you know, be able to know exactly how he's feeling at any moment in time, which is great from an animation perspective. I know that other people are probably gonna prefer the original designs because, I mean, he did look more serious and more gruff, and you know, that Rareware created back in the Super Nintendo days, because that just seems like his character now, right? He's kind of serious, a monkey, kind of, but it seems like they're going way more of a cartoony route, which I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna like, but I mean, it is also hard to deny the charm. It's kind of like the Shrek redesign situation. It's kind of along those lines where like, well, is this new redesign? Is it losing the character that we all know and love with the redesign, or is it making it better? I think that's a discussion to have, and um, I think that people are going to fall on one side or the other with that. I mean, I do think this is like Nintendo's Donkey Kong. Like, this is not Rareware's Donkey Kong. Like, the highly expressive, like, almost Japanese inspired. You can definitely tell this is Nintendo. And honestly, this game feels like it's the Mario Odyssey team making it. Like, when I was watching this trailer, that's probably why I originally thought it was Mario, because it's got a very similar kind of like design, um, kind of ethos to it. It just it feels very colorful. It's very bright and visually like just exploding with color and lights and stuff, and that's great. But that feels like a Mario thing, you know. Whereas Donkey Kong, I just feel like has been a little bit darker, a little more muted. You know, obviously their games are still bright, but I feel like it's not all bright all the time. You know, there is some darkness in Donkey Kong, and he is kind of like he does have like a serious kind of demeanor to him. You know, he can be goofy, but I think that's like that's a rare kind of no pun intended kind of a situation. Now you have it looks like you have animal buddies back, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you're going to be able to ride them, but if you will be, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, he is really in love with these damn bananas. Holy, is that like Donkey Kong's one defining characteristic is that he likes bananas? I mean, we know. Ooh, banana. We know. He loves bananas, but I mean, come on. Does he want anything else? Or is it just bananas? Also, it doesn't look like we're gonna be seeing Diddy Kong or any of the other Kongs in this. I mean, if we are, I'll be surprised. I know there was a few other monkeys that got revealed here, and we're gonna see that in a second. Now it looks like there's some kind of like meteor or some kind of magical force that's coming down, and this is a very like Nintendo thing, right? Where they like kind of resurrect or they kind of teleport the castle, or they like take it and they bring it somewhere else. They like make it 100 feet off the ground. It's like a very Nintendo thing to do. They do that with every single series they do. You ever notice this? They did it with Mario, right? With Peach's Castle. They did it with Zelda with the Hyrule Castle. They keep taking these places and transporting them elsewhere. Why is that like a thing Nintendo keeps doing? Why do you always fall on that same plot point? Okay, that's a pretty cool monkey creature. I don't know if he's a Kong. Now that is a Mario type character. This is very much in the style of like a Mario Odyssey, isn't it? This is a very Mario Odyssey, which is also interesting because in Mario Odyssey we also had like the moons that were like in like bunches and they look like bananas. I feel like this is the Mario Odyssey team doing this. Why is he so afraid? Okay, now listen. This little monkey here, pretty cute. I'm just gonna say, it's a pretty cute monkey. That's a nice hairstyle for that monkey. That's all I'm saying. This monkey character, honestly, is very Mario inspired. I think it is expressive as hell, and I think I'm gonna like this character. It's gonna be like this spoiled brat, little like Mojo Jojo looking monkey. I mean, comes this year in July, mid-July. Can't ask for more than that. I mean, it looks great. I'm questioning um, the game that they're putting out in terms of the style, but in terms of the gameplay, it actually does look like a lot of fun. They're gonna have tons of homages to the original. You're gonna have tons of adventuring, exploring, tearing apart the scenery and stuff. I am excited. I'm excited to play this. I want to know what that little rock creature does. He's got to do something, right? Maybe you can throw him, and he's like your little projectile friend you can hit switches with or something, or I don't know. Maybe you can cause avalanches by throwing him or something. I don't know. That thing's got to do something, right? It's not just riding on his shoulder for no reason. It's got to have some functionality. And it kind of throws off his entire design by just putting him on one side of his shoulder, you know? But anyway, this looks pretty good. I'm excited to play this. Will you guys be getting Donkey Kong Bonanza? Let me know in the comments below. Please leave me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all soon. Later.